Welcome back to Payworx. Today we'll be doing a video on how to create an employee on Payworx. Once you've logged into your portal, you can proceed to the employee section. This is where your employee details will be housed for your monthly and weekly employees. Once you've added an employee, you can edit or dismiss the employee on this portal. Now to add the employee, you can click add and then you'll be taken to the landing page of the employee information where you'll need to input your employee details. With the employee number, the system will generate an employee number every time you add employee 001, 002 and so on and so forth, or you can manually input a specific number if you'd like. Moving on to the hiring date, this will be the date of the employee's employment date, say for example the 2nd of March 2026 when they started employment, and then the employee's first name and last name, John Doe for example, and then also the employee's email address. Preferably this email should not be linked to the business, as the employee's payslip will be sent to this email address. And then additionally, the employee will have access to the employee portal where they'll be able to log in and apply for leave and also download their payslip from there. Now moving on to the employee cell phone number and also physical address where they reside, you can input these details. And once you're happy with the details, you can proceed to the employee position and department. These are all non-required fields, but preferably we would like you to input all details of the employee. Now, for example, if they are the director of the company or an accountant in the accounting department, this is only for the payslip to display their position in the company. Now, moving on to the SA ID number, preferably this should be a active and also a recognized ID number, as the system will not allow you to input an incorrect ID number and proceed with creating an employee. This is also not a mandatory field. You can create an employee without the ID number, but preferably you will need the employee ID number to declare your EMP501s and also for declaration purposes. Moving forward is the employee's payment terms. Say, for example, if they are a salary employee or wages employee. If they are a salary employee, you can input their monthly salary year, say, for example, 15,000 a month, or you can change it and input their yearly salary, say, for example, 240,000, which relates to 20,000 a month. Now, you can also change the employment to wages, where you'll need to input the hourly rate of the employee and if they are paid monthly or weekly. Now, if they are paid monthly, you'll need to input their hours worked for the month on the payslip, and the system will generate a payslip for them for that month. Or if they are weekly in wages, you can input the date of which the first payment would be. Say, for example, they were employed from the 2nd of March, the Friday the 6th is the first payment date, and the wage will be 15 Rand an hour. And on the payslip, you'll need to include their hours worked for that week. But we're going to proceed with an salary based paid monthly. Say, for example, 500,000 a month, a year. And then also they work 5 days a week, not 6. This is, for example, with truck drivers where they need to work Saturdays and Sundays. This is included with their employment contract. Now moving forward with the payment details, either they'll be paid cash, but preferably you'll have a bank account where you'll need to input the banking details. Say, for example, they're with Nedbank and their account number, and then the branch number will be pre-populated for each branch of the bank. Now moving on to the SARS tax number, preferably this should also be inputted, the 10-digit SARS tax reference number that will be found on their SARS documents. Moving on with the leave template. Now this is the basic conditions of employment requirements of 15 days leave and all the rest of 30 days sick leave and so on and so forth. But if you have a specific leave date, say for example you grant them 20 days or you have study leave, you can manually add a template and change these numbers and figures manually and then also apply it to the employee. Once you're happy all the details is correct and you're are happy with the details have been inputted correctly, you can proceed to add the employee. Once the employee has been added, their profile will be displayed here, where you can either dismiss them, or you can also edit their details here and update their details later on if you've missed any details. For example, you don't have their physical address or their ID number. Once you've added the employee, you can proceed to creating an payslip, but that would be on the next video. Thank you.